Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, and I'm wishing everybody a happy new year. I am recording this in a very strange angle. I'm trying out this tripod, and the lighting where I'm at is just not really doing it for me. So I don't know if it's too bright or not bright enough. It's a little strange, and I think the angle here you kind of see it's kind of off, but just bear with me. So it's my first video of 2026. Again, happy new year to everybody, and I just wanted to come on and make a fun video. I was recently in New Orleans for my birthday and for New Year's, so I spent it in one of my favorite cities. I absolutely love New Orleans. I could live there if I could. Now I don't live that far. I'm sorry about that. That's Velka, and she's going to town on her bone. So hopefully it's not too distracting. But yes, I don't live too far from New Orleans. And currently, and I like to go to New Orleans anytime and any chance that I get. So I'm literally almost in New Orleans like twice a month. It's not too far of a drive. It's about a 2.5 hour drive. And this year, one of my best friends came down from Colorado to be with me for our birthdays. We have the same birthday. We share the same birthday. So we decided to spend it together and New Year's, and just spend it in New Orleans. So it was me, my boyfriend Michael, my best friend, and then my boyfriend's family went up to New Orleans to meet us there for New Year's. So it was really, really fun. It was a great New Year's. And so we kind of did a little bit of the touristy thing because my friend has never been to New Orleans. So it's his first time there. So obviously he wanted to check everything out, and I planned it out for him. And one of those days, I absolutely love the Garden District in New Orleans. It's one of my favorite places. And I love to just walk around and see where Anne Rice used to live, see the little shops on Magazine Street. And while we were there, I came across this really cool little shop. Take some drink of my tea. I came across this cool little shop that had this tarot that I just purchased. And it is the NOLA tarot by Ashley Testerman. And I will put a link in the description box in her Etsy shop. You can get it there. Or if you are ever in New Orleans, I will also put a link to the store I purchased this. Although I saw it in a couple stores, but the store that I purchased this in, I believe she's going to be there. And I was bummed out because she's going to be at the store, I think January 16th, giving a workshop on her deck. Now, this really isn't typically a deck I would go for because it is a modern style of deck, but I saw some of the images and it really just felt like New Orleans. It is created by her. Again, her name is Ashley Testerman, and she is a New Orleans native, and she does live in the Garden District. So she is from New Orleans. And when I saw some of the cards, I didn't see all of them, I saw some of them. It has such a sense of humor, and it has a wit about it. It has magic. It has everything kind of that New Orleans is to me when you're in New Orleans, when you're walking down the streets of New Orleans, right? When you are on Bourbon Street, on Magazine Street, the famous areas in New Orleans, the French Quarters, Jackson Square, the main boulevards, eating especially the foods. If you've never been to New Orleans, when you're there, you will never eat something that you will not like. Everything in New Orleans is delicious. It has so much flavor. There are so many restaurants, so many places to eat, different foods to try. And every time we go, we like to try different restaurants. So this time, for our birthdays, we went to Bon Tom Steakhouse, and it's absolutely delicious. If you've been there, please comment down below how your experience is. It is it probably has the best prime rib I have ever had. It's absolutely delicious. If you are in New Orleans or you're planning to go to New Orleans, reserve Bon Ton Steakhouse. It's in the Warehouse District, and it's actually not that far where we like to stay at our hotel that we like to stay in. It's really within walking distance. It's about a block. And again, so anytime you're in New Orleans, you will always eat good food. You will meet new people. People will talk to you. The music, the art, the culture will just envelop you. Especially if you are in the Warehouse District, everybody is extremely friendly. Go to the Warehouse District, go to the Garden District, walk around Magazine Street, and check out this little shop. And I'll put the title of the shop down in the description. But this is where I got this deck. Now, into the deck. So she uses wands. So these are so you have the drink, you have the wands, you have the food, and you have the trumpet, right? So all of these things pretty much embody New Orleans. And I love kind of like the moss up here, the trees. You have kind of like the French Quarter there. And then in the back it says, oh sugar, what you're holding ain't just a deck, it's a doorway. 78 cards, steeped in New Orleans soul, dripping with jazz, kissed by candlelight, and seasoned with a dash of mischief. Every card hums with spirit and sass, ready to wisp secrets, stir your bones, and strut straight into your story. Inside you'll find a full deck of tarot cards, each wrapped in Crescent City magic, a guidebook from Mama Ru herself, your mystic guide, a promise that once you start shuffling, you won't see the world the same again. From Bourbon Street to the Bayou, from hot beignets to haunted whispers, this deck don't just read your future, baby. It invites you to dance with it. And when you look at the cards, this description fits the cards so well. I'm gonna take some more sip of tea. It's extremely colorful. The food that is in it, her representation, again, when I saw the deck, I had to have it because it really holds a piece of New Orleans. And of course it is created by a native woman who lives in New Orleans, and she lives in the Garden District. And I'm kind of bummed out I won't be there January 16th. There could be an excuse to go there, to actually sit in her workshop, and she'll be talking about her deck. Let's see. So this is the little guidebook that you get. Again, I've seen a few cards, and I decided to purchase the deck. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and read it to you. Well now, sugar, you'll find your way to my garden gate. Don't be shy and come on in. Wipe the city dust off your boots, light yourself a candle, and settle in close. This ain't just a book of meanings or a deck of cards. In this city, we don't walk in straight lines. We stroll, we dance, we detour, and every detour is divine. Whether you're pulling cards to find clarity, to conjure courage, or just to hear a truth whispered with sass and sweetness, I'll be here, shuffling beside you. Let your questions, let your questions rise like steam from a pot of red beans. Let your heart open like the bloom of a magnolia in heat. And let the cards speak, because, baby, they always do. You ready? Good. Take a breath, shuffle slow, and let the city speak through the cards with sequins, spirit, and a whole lot of love. Mama Ru. So I'm assuming that Mama Ru is who is going to take you through the deck. This lighting is awful. I'm sorry. I'll try to get better lighting next time. So I'm Mama Ru, baby, and I don't just read the cards, but I walk with them. Born from the swamp breath and brass band, I whisper with spirit, dance with the ancestors, and stir up visions like a good pot of gumbo. If you've never tried gumbo, you gotta try gumbo. It's delicious. Now, New Orleans does a very specific style of gumbo that you might not find anywhere else. If you do try the gumbo, you gotta make sure that that roux is dark. It's so good. This guide you're holding is laced with old truths, new roads, and just enough mischief to keep things interesting. So take my hand. We're steeping into something deeper now. So how to use this resource. So it's an introduction, major arcana, the soul of the city. Life don't always knock, sometimes it kicks the door open. The major arcana shows up when the ground shifts, when fate calls your name in voices you can't ignore, and when the air gets thick with change. These ain't just cards, they're crossroads. This is where the journey begins, deepens, or turns itself inside out. Card by card, you'll meet spirits that challenge you, bless you, test you, and hold you. And if you're listening close, you'll come to understand. Every one of these cards is a mirror. And then it goes into, so it gives you a nice description of the cards. There's the Fool, the Magician. And what is cool is that, let's see if she does. Okay, so one thing that I really love about this deck, what she did, is that every card in the major arcana, I believe in the minors too, but in the major arcana is some person of importance somehow in New Orleans. So we have some political figures, we have some artistic figures, we have Marie Laveau, we have creators, again, musicians, artists that are New Orleans or Louisiana natives that she has put in this deck. So that is super, super cool. Like right here, the High Priestess is Marie Laveau. So let me tell you about the High Priestess. In the heart of the city, where the spirits dance in the moonlight and the air is thick with the scent of jasmine, there's a sacred sanctuary guarded by none other than Marie Laveau herself. Now Marie, she's a woman of power, a wise woman who walks in the shadows and sees what others cannot. With her black cat, Midnight, and her white cat, Moonbeam, by her side, she delves deep into the mysteries of the unseen, her candles flickering like stars in the night sky. Marie Laveau is a beacon of wisdom and insight. She's the keeper of secrets, the guardian of ancient knowledge, and the embodiment of the magic that flows through the veins of our city. So when you find yourself lost, seeking guidance and clarity, just remember the High Priestess of New Orleans and let her light illuminate your path. So she takes the people that she has put into the cards and she tells you a story about them. And it's nice to know who she puts in the cards, so you can go ahead and reference them. I don't see like the Lovers. I think it's just Lovers. Let's see. Let's read. Actually, let's read the Lovers. What do you say? So the Lovers. This is coming from the Little White Book again, right? The Lovers. Well, now let me spin you a tale of the lovers. Two star-crossed Cajun lovers sharing a quiet moment on a water thread bench. The tantalizing aroma of po' boys and the fizz of root beer drifting through the warm evening air. But lo and behold, above the bustling po' boy shop, an angel watches over them with the soft wings outstretched, a quiet smile on her face, guiding their heart in this delicate dance of choice and temptation. It's a scene straight out of a love story. Bless you. That was Michael. He's getting over a cold and he's playing video games in that room over there. It's a scene straight out of a love story where duality meets desire and the heart yearns for a partner to share life's twists and turns. The Lover's card isn't just about romance, and it's about the choices we make when our hearts are pulled in two directions. Will you follow the comfort of the familiar or take a leap towards the unknown? So when you find yourself at this crossroad, torn between paths, remember the sweet, spicy dance of life and love that awaits you. So it's pretty poetic how she writes. The cards, I think it's pretty cool how she did it. Let me see. I have to read you one of the reasons why I got this deck, because I saw the devil card. As you well know, my birth card is the devil card. So that's a card that I always have to look at. I always have to gravitate towards, and I really enjoy it. Now you'll see the devil card when I come up to it. It's really cool. It's funny. The devil. Oh, the devil comes creeping into your spread. 2 termites and a roach. Now that's something that'll make anyone shiver. These critters, they ain't just pests. They're a symbol of what's gnawing at your soul. There's something holding you back, keeping you trapped in a dark place. Maybe it's a bad relationship, negative thoughts, or just a feeling of being stuck and unable to move forward. It's like them termites eating away at the foundation of your home, slowly but surely. You're caught in a web, baby, and it's time to confront these fears. What's hurting you? What's keeping you from living your best life? Sometimes the hardest thing is letting go of what's causing us pain, but you gotta face it head on. Don't let these destructive forces rule your life. Acknowledge them, confront them, and start making change. Now, here it's different than in her Instagram page. In her Instagram page, she has this same card, the devil card, and she goes into the resilience of the critters that are on the card and what that means, what your resilience is against your shadow self or against things that are repulsive. How are you resilient against them, and how are you resilient with them? And she makes that 2 comparisons on her Instagram page, which I like the Instagram page description more than the little white book. So check that out. I think when she was creating the deck, she might have given it a different tone, but that's the little white book here. So she weaves in story into each card. Now let's get on to the good stuff, which is the cards. So it does come in a little clamp box, which is cool, right? And that's actually one of the critters that's on the devil card. So it's pretty sturdy. And now on to the cards are, okay, so here we go. So they're standard tarot size, that's the back. So they're not really reversible if you read reversals. And I don't think they're meant for you to read reversals. I rarely read reversals, only in certain times. Most of the time the deck or the card will tell me if it needs to be read in reverse. But that's the back. And the cardstock is actually pretty thick. It's a pretty thick cardstock, so it's gonna hold up. Now I haven't shuffled them, but we'll shuffle them and we'll see. So starting off here, we have the Fool. And if you look close, he has a little cat with him, and it might not show. Let me see. On his shirt, it says Fool number 1, Fool number 2, right? And he's obviously walking down Bourbon Street. He has his drink. He's spilling his drink. He's walking around, and really, if you've never been to New Orleans, the very first time you go and you walk down Bourbon Street, you kind of get this feeling. And this is kind of what the feeling that the very first time I went to New Orleans, this is kind of like I just wanted to soak everything up and walk around and just see everything and explore everything. And then we have the Magician. Now, if you see the Magician, and if you see his table, he has a lot of the things that embody New Orleans, right? He has the crab, he has the lobster, he has music here, he has his wand, He has a necklace here. Now this is not, at first somebody said it was Papa. It's not. It's not Papa Legba. It's somebody else. And I love how she put that kind of greenery and what kind of flowers are those? I'm not sure. I don't know what type of flower. I'm sorry, it's not. It looked from here, it's actually a voodoo. If you look close, I'm sorry, it looked like a crab, but if you look close to it, it's actually a voodoo doll with pins. Is it gonna focus? There it goes. And then you have the Fleur de Lis, which embodies New Orleans and the Saints. So that's the magician. Next we have the High Priestess, which is Marie Laveau, and it's a beautiful High Priestess. Look at that. I love the purple behind. I'm somebody that likes purple. I know some people don't like. I enjoy purple. I like the purple color. She's holding her snake. And then you have the black cat and the white cat, which kind of can signify the two pillars in the traditional Waitsmith. And you kind of have the veil behind her. She's kind of guarding it. It's a pretty cool card. And this is the Empress. I know that this is a singer, a famous singer that's from New Orleans. And it's in the, I believe it is in the book. Now the Empress, as you can see, her dress is filled with, I believe those are roses. Yeah. And here we have the Emperor. And I believe he's modeled after an attorney or a lawyer that's famous in New Orleans. I believe so. I think so. I'd have to look at the book. And the two colors between blue and yellow are pretty cool. And then he's wearing green. Here is the Hierophant. Now, when I purchased this, the lady that sold me the deck, she was telling me a little bit about this card. And he's actually right in front of Jackson Square. And this is the cathedral in front of Jackson Square. And he's sitting down and he actually has a hot dog right there. And here we have the Lovers. And they are eating a po' boy, and you have the po' boy shop behind. Now, po' boys are actually really famous in New Orleans, and they come you can have a seafood po' boy, or you can have a chicken or a meat po' boy, and they're pretty good. They're not my favorite, but every time I go to New Orleans, I always have to have crawfish etouffee. I always have to eat crawfish etouffee. It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite dishes, and I will always have to eat it. Now, here is the Chariot, and the Chariot, I think it was a beautiful card. This is one of the reasons why I also purchased this deck, because you have an actual Native American person in their native attire for Mardi Gras, which a lot of the costumes for Mardi Gras look very similar to this, and they were modeled after this, right? Because of the blending of the cultures that you had Native Americans in New Orleans with their dress, and then you got the mix of the Creole, you got the religion coming in and everything, so that created this dress. So if you ever attend Mardi Gras, you will see not only the gold, purple, and green colors that represent Mardi Gras, but you will also see a lot of Native Americans and Native American dress with a lot of feathers and their garb with also their staff. And I really like that they chose that for, or she chose that for the Chariot. And then here we have Strength. And we have a football player for the Saints. This is a card I haven't seen, but I can see Strength, you know, as a football player. Interesting. So it's a really modern deck, and to be honest with you, I think this is the only like modern this style of modern deck, because I don't have anything like this, and I wanted something like this in my collection. And what better type of deck than a deck representing one of my favorite cities, New Orleans. And here is the Hermit. I believe the Hermit is also modeled after an important figure in New Orleans. Then we have, oh, I haven't seen this, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, this is really cool. So you got the beads, and then you got I believe that's City Park. You have the City Park, and then here, instead of saying tarot, it says NOLA. And let me see what you have. You have stage, you have, okay. I'm gonna have to go deeper into this, because this is a really interesting and cool card. The Wheel of Fortune. And then here we have Justice, Happy Mardi Gras. Now this gentleman, I believe, is also in the lady that sold me this deck said that he has billboards everywhere. I'm not sure if she said out throughout the South or throughout Louisiana, but his face and billboards are seen throughout the entire city. I think she said all through Louisiana. Now he is a very famous politician in the city of New Orleans. And here we have Death, 13th. And then it's pretty cool how she decided to do this card as a card of, you know, a period, a finality, a final kind of a period in the paragraph. And it says, till next time, Mardi Gras. Now, if you ever attend Mardi Gras, at the end, once the festivities are done, once it's nighttime and all the floats have gone through and it is time to end Mardi Gras, okay, you have I don't know. She named the person that comes through with two policemen, and they actually have a flag that says till next time Mardi Gras. And Mardi Gras officially closes once these horses go through Bourbon Street, and they close off Mardi Gras until next time. So that was pretty cool that they did that little bit of history that I didn't know that she told me. So that's pretty cool. And then we have the Hanged Man. Now, this figure, let me see. There we go. It's a masked figure, and you can see them. There's a lot of shops in New Orleans that sell masks and have that spirit. So it's pretty cool that they decided, or she decided, to put a figure like that, and that kind of like they're spinning on the street lamp. And here is Temperance. And again, this deck is just so, oh, here's the Devil card. That's really funny. It has a sense of humor. But at the same time, these rodents pretty much survive anything, right? They are extremely resilient. And you have big cockroach, and then the other two, I don't know what I have to look at the book, but they're really resilient. And like I said, in her Instagram page, she talks about the resiliency that we have within us, right? Acknowledging that we have aspects of ourselves that sometimes can act in a shadowy way, and sometimes can be a hindrance instead of helping us. But it all depends on how you see it and how you work with it, and making yourself resilient to it, and not try to, squish it or wish it wasn't there or make it go away. As cockroaches, they live through anything. They're extremely resilient rodents. So she talks about that resiliency that we as people, as humans, have despite our flaws that might come out with the devil card. So that was pretty interesting. And that's in her Instagram page. And then here we have the star. I had never seen the star. This is a card I haven't seen. The star is really pretty. The colors are gorgeous. You have a pelican pouring its water into the lake. It's really, as someone who has been to New Orleans plenty of times, I can look at this deck and it takes me back. Anytime I want to go to New Orleans, I feel like I can just pull this deck and use it. And it'll transport me into the beautiful city that is New Orleans. Again, I can't stress enough that if you've never been, you have to go. It's a city with so much culture, so much beauty, so much history, both sad, resilient, happy, and I just feel like the people of New Orleans are very resilient for everything that has happened to New Orleans and Louisiana throughout history. And you see it in the colors, you see it in their art, you hear it in their music, you taste it in the food, which is delicious. Now here's the moon card where this is one of the cards that just solidified me needing to have this deck. If you can see it, they're actually crocodiles in the bayou and they're playing music. One has a trumpet, one has a violin, and then the other one has a saxophone. And it's green with that kind of purple and night. It's just such a cool card, and it's so colorful. Again, it's really, really colorful, just like New Orleans is. And here's the sun, the king baby. The little king baby is representative of every New Year's. You know how New York drops the ball, and then if you are in Mobile, Alabama, which is about 35 minutes from where I'm at, they drop a moon pie. Well, New Orleans drops a king baby, and that is, the little king baby is in a king cake, which again, it is reminiscent of Catholicism and the merging of culture. So you have the king baby, and when you have king cake, whoever gets the king baby, okay, I know in Catholicism, in the Mexican culture, they host the next party in like 2 weeks. But in New Orleans, I believe they give gifts, right? If you get the king baby, you give gifts, I think, to the people that you're eating the king cake with. And again, it's the king baby that's dropped in New Year's. And then here we have Judgment, which is a second line. If you ever attend a second line, they are very, very powerful. They're very unique. You'll never have another experience anywhere else other than New Orleans for a second line. And this is really cool. If you've ever watched American Horror Story Coven, there's a scene where two of the witches, they're walking and they're in a second line, and in the beginning you can hear somber music, and then once the person is laid to rest, the music changes into a very lively music. And here you can see them taking that person over to the grave, to the cemetery. And here you got the world with the king cake. Now, I will say the deck here's the Ace of Cups. it is really diverse. It is a diverse deck. Oh, here's the two. I've never seen the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is really cool. Look at this. That's a really cool Two of Cups. It is a very cool and diverse deck. Here's the Three of Cups. Ooh, we're going 35 minutes in. Let me hurry up. Four of Cups. So it does follow a Waite-Smith system, especially here with the 5. Let me grab them. I'm gonna grab them and then just kind of go through them. Here's the 6. Here's the 7. So the cups are all drinks that you can get in New Orleans. Here is the 8 of Cups. The 9. The 10. And the Page of Cups. The Knight. The Coffee. The Queen. And I believe this is the artist herself as the Queen of Cups. Again, if you check out her Instagram page, here's the King of Cups. I don't know if is that Wayne? It could be, I'm not too sure. Here's the King of Cups. In her Instagram page, she has kind of like animated some of these cards. Now here are the Pentacles. Now the Pentacles here are crawfish. And New Orleans, well, the South, or the Gulf, I should say. The Gulf is known for its seafood, especially crawfish. Especially New Orleans is known for its crawfish, and it's delicious. That's why I always have to get the crawfish etouffee. And here, the 2 of Pentacles, actually, he has a beignet and coffee. Here's the 3 of Cups. The 4 with the muffaletta. The muffaletta is actually also, the muffaletta is Italian, but you also have some Italian influence coming into New Orleans. That's where you get the muffaletta. And here is the 5. So the Pentacles are all food that you can get, and I believe they're making, I think this is actually crawfish etouffee that they're making. So the Cups are all drinks, different types of drinks you can get in New Orleans, and then the Pentacles are all food that you can get. And I think here she's actually making gumbo. And here is the po' boy, 8 of Pentacles. We have the 9 of Pentacles. And what's super cool is that this deck, it's very diverse, which is cool. You see all types of people of color, all types of walks of life. The Page of Pentacles. The Knight. The Queen, oh, the Queen of Pentacles is absolutely stunning. Look at her with her bowl of gumbo. And that green, her choice of color is absolutely great. It's just stunning. It really pops. And then not in a garish way, she makes it work. And here's the King of Pentacles. Now let's look at the King and the Queen together. That's going to be super cool when we read. What's this? So now the Ace of Swords. These swords, I believe, are all trumpets. The 2. The 3. The 4. The 5. That's pretty cool. You have the 6. The 7. The 8. Now, from what I see, the 9, I think the swords really follow the weightsmith system. Here's the 10. Oh, they're all kind of dangling up on top of her. And here we got the page. The knight. The queen. Oh. That almost kind of looks like Nina Simone. It gives off Nina Simone, but with a trumpet instead of a piano. And the king. Now on to the last suit, which is wands. I believe the wands are trees. They're wands. I think she does use the wands. 4. 5. 6. Let me see that. 6 of wands. Okay, cool. It almost seems like he's pulling what is it? Like he's pulling a hearse or something. This is the 7. The 8. The 9. The 10. Page. Knight. That's an interesting Knight of Wands. The Queen. And the King of Wands. Oh, look at that King of Wands. That is super cool. So that, my friends, is the NOLA Tarot. And as I was holding it, it has a nice papery matte finish to it. And I'm looking at it. It's really good cardstock. It's really good cardstock. I like that. So again, the NOLA Tarot, created by Ashley Testerman, a New Orleans native living in the Garden District. I will put her link, her Etsy shop, because you can get it if you're not close to New Orleans. If you go to New Orleans, you can get it in the Garden District. But if you're not, and you like the deck and you want to order it, I'll put her Etsy shop in the description where you can go ahead and get the deck, because I think you should, because it's a pretty cool deck. It's colorful, it's fun, and I think she did a really good job at representing New Orleans and its flavors, its colors, and its diversity. So, yep, I'll be definitely using this deck. And if you have this deck and you use it, let me know how you like it. And if you want to purchase the deck, let me know that you want to get it. And again, I'll put her link, Etsy shop link, in the description box. All right, my friends, have a wonderful rest of your evening and have a happy new year. Bye-bye.